What's up, everybody? Badass Games. Welcome to my Resident Evil walkthrough. This is the original Resident Evil, not the director's cut or anything. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be playing the Jill Valentine story this time.
Resident Evil.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission.
You haven't found it?
No, I haven't found it yet. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. Bravo Team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
Look, Chris!
It was Bravo Team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
Hey! Come here!
Joseph!
No! Don't go! Jill, run for that house!
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Rebecca Chambers. Albert Wesker. Resident Evil.
I don't know about you guys, but that intro just never gets old.
What is this?
Wow, what a mansion!
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it?
Maybe it's Chris. Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Okay, let me handle this. Stay alert!
Alright, so as you can see, the story has changed a little bit. No longer is Chris and Jill in the front room. They're looking for Barry. Chris is gone, and Barry's here, and we're looking for Chris, so that's interesting. Barry wants to know that this is a dining room. Okay, so just like I did, if you guys followed my Chris Redfield walkthrough, then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to just explain some of the controls that we have. They're tank controls. Basically, you're always moving forward in the direction that your character is facing. You move backwards, you know, opposite that. And you can turn left and right and all that stuff. You can also run with the square button. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see what else we got. We have a menu. If you hit the start button, you bring up the menu, and you have a map. You can see stuff. You have a file. We're gonna get a bunch of information throughout the game, and you can look it up in the file. It'll tell you a bunch of stuff about the background story and a couple of clues for some puzzles later on too. And this dash here is for a radio, which we don't have yet. And if we take a look at our starting inventory, we notice we have a combat knife, the Beretta, so we actually start with a gun, and we have the first aid spray. If you've beaten the game on good and you saved it and reloaded, then you'd also have the special key, and in this case, that's what we're going to be using. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and equip the combat knife so I can show you some moves with this thing. If you remember the Chris Redfield walkthrough, Chris Valentine, his knife attack was sort of more straight down and on the left side of his, on the right side of his body. Jill's attack is more straight in front of her. What I'm doing to do this though is I'm holding the R1 button to ready her attack, and then I'm holding the action button. You can also angle up and you can angle down just like you did with Chris, but you can't move. You can only turn when you're in this stance. You have to let go of R1 to start moving again. Okay, so Jill, if we look at the inventory again, we have 8 slots as compared to Chris Redfield. He only had 6, so that's going to make it a lot easier for us to get the items we want and get out, so that's good. A couple of other things that are different. She starts with the Beretta, which is awesome, and yeah, she's basically the easy mode, I would suppose, of this game compared to Chris. Chris is definitely the hard mode, with the exception of the capability. I'm sorry, with the exception of Jill, she takes a lot less hits before she dies. Chris is a tank and Jill is very weak. So, all right. Well, with all that out of the way, let's go over here and talk to Barry.
What? What is this?
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
I don't know what he's going to examine and find beyond the fact that that's blood, which we've already discerned, so good luck with whatever you're trying to do there, Barry. By the way, we'll find out that Barry is actually a pretty cool character to have around. Especially, even in this video, we'll find that he's pretty useful. So, same thing as Chris, let's go into the tea room, and then as we approach over here, we'll see this. Alright, some knife tactics. I'm going to get in real quick and get a downward slash on his leg real quick and then back off. Now, attacking with Jill and the knife is a lot more simpler than it is with with Chris. Now, you still gotta do the same tactic of slice and then back off, but essentially, her attack is a lot more it's a lot more accurate than Chris's, because Chris slices down to the left, she slices directly in front of her, which is useful for getting those attacks in. Whoa, I almost got bit. Luckily, I dodged that. Okay, so some of the things that I'm looking for here is the shadows. I'm looking for a distance between me and the zombie before I'm slashing, and the shadows is the best, from what I've found, the best indicator of how far they are. You can never really tell how far they are just by looking at where their arms are in relative to you or where their head is relative to you. So he's down, finally. Let's go over here and inspect this body because we're going to get some items. It's Kenneth from the Stars Bravo team. He's now become a mere shadow of his former self. He also hid some clips in his crotch, so make sure you search his crotch area for a couple of clips. Now we have Beretta ammo as well. We got 45 shots for our weapon. Okay, now that we have that, let's leave this room and back in the dining room. Let's tell Barry what we found.
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this. What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
Alright, so now let's go report this to Wesker. Before you go, you might notice that you can interact with some of the items in this room, such as this emblem that's on the door, or on the wall. We don't necessarily want to take this emblem just yet. Let's just leave it here, because it's actually more useful to be there. We don't need that clogging up our inventory space. Also, this clock, you can tell that it can be used for something because of the way that it's cartooned versus the surrounding area.
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill. And don't leave this hall for the time being.
Alright, so he has some pretty specific directions to search the hall and don't leave the room. One of the best things to do is to go back here, because as soon as you emerge over here, you get the cutscene.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. This time I'll be there.
Okay, a couple things you want to take away from that conversation. He said that you should search the first floor. You said, as Jill, that you'd search across the opposite door and through this door. There's actually quite a few different ways you can go from here. You don't necessarily have to do that. However, that is what I'm going to be doing. But before I go do that stuff, I'm going to go over to this typewriter and pick up the ink ribbon that's chilling here and take that with me. Okay, so you could actually go upstairs like you did with Chris and then go over and get the chemical first, which is what we're going to do. We're going to get the chemical first, but I'm going to take this extra route because I also received a lockpick, if you remember, from Barry. He gave me a lockpick. By the way, the door that's outside on the other, that's on the same side as this door, is locked right now and has a carving of armor around it. You can't open it. She cannot use her lockpick to open that other door, by the way. So in this room, let's move this box out of the way. We can go back here. You may have saw that roll of paper in that jar. We're going to get that here in a little bit. But I'm going to come in here and get some items and get this kill here in a second. I'm just going to bypass this guy by using the environment and finding some more ink ribbons. So we have a total of 4 ink ribbons. We can save our game 4 times. Let's get behind this guy right here and actually slice him up. It's kind of unfair because he can't turn around and... Being that zombie is the same thing as trying to play as Curtis during Tomb Raider 6 when you're trying to fight Boaz. Pretty much the same thing. Alright, now that he's out of the way, let's go out here and find this ladder and push it over to this so that we line it up a little bit. I think I'm a little overshot, so I'm going to push it back just a hair. And then push it up against the statue, climb it, and you will get the map of the first floor. It's the map of the first floor. Will you take it? Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at the map real quick so we get an idea of how to actually use it. The area in red is the red that you are at. The areas in green are the places you've been before, and clearly the areas that are clear are areas you have not been in yet. So, yeah, that's good information. I probably won't be referencing the map much, so try to keep in mind of where I'm at. Okay, so this is what the lockpick is going to be good for. If you remember as Chris Redfield, you needed a, a sword key? You no longer need a sword key. You have a lockpick. You can open these doors as Jill, which is pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and equip my pistol. I think some of us know why. The pistol and the knife combination are a good combination to use against these guys. So you shoot them once, equip the knife, and then you run up on them, and you don't have to be facing a particular direction as Jill, because her slash is directly in front of her, and it's much easier to hit these things. with a knife as Jill. Alright, another one, of course. Don't want to hesitate too much. Go out here and knife him. Now, you still have to be facing him in order to knife the dogs. There we go, they're down. And if we move this dresser out of the way, underneath it you'll find a clip. So now we have a bunch of ammo for our weapon. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and go into this winding passage. Over here to the right, as you enter, you'll find a green herb. You can go ahead and pick this up. We have plenty of inventory space. We'd be full right now if we were Chris, but... Okay, over here is a door that we can not open because we need an armor. We need the armor key. Yeah, we got that. It's locked. Armor. Carving of armor. Good job. Here's a door for a bathroom. You can go in here if you want, but there's absolutely nothing in there for the Jill storyline. It's just a bathroom, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so we can actually get the shotgun extremely early in this game, and we can get that right now, so we're going to go do that. We're going to enter this room. This is where we have that glitch. And we're going to go in here and just steal the shotgun. I'm going to take it and go. So right here is the shotgun. Already, we've already got an amazingly powerful weapon. First video of this walkthrough. Amazing. Alright, now that we got that, let's leave. Uh-oh. And that little click that you heard just before that thing started coming down was this door getting locked. So I'm stuck in this room right now, by the way. And yeah, what do I do? What do I do? Oh no. Don't come any closer. It's essentially a waiting game at this point.
Hey, what's going on?
Jill? Is that you, Jill? What happened?
Barry, help me please. The door won't open. Quick!
Stay away from the door, Jill. I'm gonna kick this door down. Hurry! This way!
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life. But Barry, didn't you say you're going back to the dining room to do some research? Why on earth are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Now, let's get back to searching for the lost captain and Chris, shall we?
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah.
Wow, Barry was really beating around the bush for that "what are you doing here" question. Alright, well, we've got a shotgun. Might as well put it to good use, right? Okay, let's equip this thing. Let's blow some heads off some zombies, you know what I'm saying? Here's our first victim. Oh, I missed! Oh, and I got bit! That's just terrible, terrible playing. Alright, fine. Yeah, there we go. I'm not gonna walk away with that. I'm gonna definitely blow your head off and move on into the next room. There's still a zombie in there. We'll take care of him later, I guess. Maybe I should have done it this time around, but whatever. Zombie number 2 in this case. And we also have a green herb. Now we can't pick that up just yet because our inventory is full, so we're gonna have to leave it there for our exit, which is fine. Let's go in here and get ready for the next video. This is a save room. And just like the Chris side of the storyline, we have our chemical there on the ground. Okay, so for this visit, we want to keep the knife, we want to keep the gun, we want to keep our clip, we want to put away the thing with the stuff. We also want to put away the special key because we're not going to use that just yet. Let's put away all this extra stuff. This is basically all that I need, with the exception of the herbicide, which is on the ground. So let's go ahead and exit out of this and grab this. Okay. This says, will you take the chemical? Now, the nice thing about Resident Evil series is that some of the puzzle clues are hidden within the items. And in this case, if we check the chemical, we'll see that a chemical to kill the weeds, it's actually an herbicide. So that kind of tells you what this thing is for, and we'll see that in the next video. For now, I'm going to go up to the typewriter and save my game, and then I'll see you guys in the next part. I'm Badass Games. Thank you for watching my Resident Evil walkthrough, and you take it easy.